Taehyung, a figure whose presence is perpetually yearned for by millions, has once again graced the digital landscape of Platform X, greeting the world with a linguistic style that is both profoundly distinct and undeniably sophisticated. You guys are doing well, right? This disarmingly simple question served as his opening, acting as a warm, textual embrace that immediately soothed the deep-seated longing of fans who have waited for his return to the spotlight. Taehyung was not merely offering a casual greeting. He was meticulously reweaving the threads of intimacy that had been momentarily frayed by the relentless demands of his schedule and the vast stretches of time and space he has traversed. He candidly admitted that the rhythm of his life has been moving at an astonishing velocity lately, as if the hours and minutes are racing ahead with more agility than his own footsteps can manage to keep up with. "I've been very busy preparing the album," he wrote, a definitive statement that acted as a spark, instantly igniting a global firestorm of anticipation for the new musical masterpiece he is currently brewing in the studio. Yet, beneath the grand cacophony of producing a monumental album, Taehyung has discovered a serene oasis of tranquility in a remarkably grounded activity: the quiet, meditative art of nurturing and planting greenery. He spoke of his fingers becoming intimately acquainted with the cool earth, reaching out to touch the fragile pulse of life that grows ever so slowly amidst the frantic gaps of his overflowing professional calendar. This exhaustion was described with striking honesty, as he confessed he has barely had time to breathe, illustrating his absolute and unwavering dedication to the two worlds he is currently navigating: the shimmering, high-stakes universe of musical artistry and the patient, silent world of botany have now converged beautifully within Kim Taehyung's daily life as we move through the early days of 2026. Despite the weight of his fatigue, he deliberately chose to weave a sincere blessing into his message for everyone reading, expressing a heartfelt hope that their days are continuously filled with genuine happiness and light. Taehyung's innate elegance shines through in the way he balances his priorities, finding a delicate equilibrium between his soaring professional ambitions and the primal soul need to stay connected to the natural world. He felt a gentle compulsion to provide a recent update, a sweet and thoughtful gesture from a global icon who deeply treasures the profound spiritual bond he shares with his community of admirers. Even without the accompaniment of his usual aesthetically pleasing photographs, his chosen words possessed enough evocative power to paint a vivid, beautiful visual landscape within the mind of every reader. With a touch of his signature wit, Taehyung playfully labeled himself a beginner in the realm of gardening, a humble and endearing admission that reminds the world of his relatable, down-to-earth charm. This term beginner beautifully reflects a different facet of his character, the perpetual student who is always eager to evolve, learn, and discover the small miracles hidden within new and unfamiliar experiences. He is never ashamed to show that, despite being a global superstar of unparalleled influence, he remains a human being at heart, still learning to decipher the silent, ancient language of leaves and roots. This message stands as living proof that Taehyung's boundless creativity is not restricted to a microphone or a canvas. It is also poured into the very soil of the pots he meticulously tends to. The intense work on his album that he mentioned serves as a poignant signal that his next magnum opus will likely possess a more organic, raw, and pure emotional depth than anything we have heard before. Even in the absence of a visual selfie, his post felt remarkably alive and vibrant because of the raw emotional honesty he spilled into every single character and syllable of his prose. His presence on X this time brought a refreshing atmosphere, marking a subtle transition from his image as a global fashion icon to a soulful artist who is actively nurturing life in its simplest form. Armies across the globe responded instantaneously with an outpouring of love, marveling at how he manages to remain so poetic and thoughtful even while submerged in the depths of immense physical exhaustion. He teaches us a vital lesson, that even when the modern world demands we move at a breakneck speed, we must always carve out a sacred space to plant something meaningful within our own souls. The phrase, "I hope you have a nice day," served as a graceful conclusion, leaving a profound and lasting impression that continued to resonate long after the smartphone screens had dimmed into black. Taehyung remains quintessentially Taehyung, an individual uniquely capable of transforming a brief social media update into a piece of digital literature that touches the very soul of the collective.